Sorry, Mike.
This is Jimmy Pharaoh of Monte the Pharaoh, 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh, and with Stereo Hall. Asking you to please support Monte and the Pharaoh, seen every week on Facebook Live, Village Connection Network, Late Night in the Village, 8:05 on Thursdays. Please also go to the Monte and the Pharaoh website.com, and please check out our sponsors page, and please support our sponsors as they continue to help us bring this programming to you that you so enjoy. So check out MonteandthePharaoh.com, and you can catch replays of Monte and the Pharaoh on Village Connection Network, Late Night in the Village, and on the Monte and the Pharaoh YouTube channel. Please catch 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh, available on its own 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh Facebook page, the 5 Minutes with the Pharaoh YouTube page, and also featured as part of MonteandthePharaoh.com. You can also catch Wisteria Hall on their own Wisteria Hall Facebook page, Wisteria Hall's YouTube channel. Wisteria Hall's latest releases are also available through iTunes, Spotify, our home base of Reverb Nation, and of course, the Wisteria Hall Facebook page. This is Jimmy Pharaoh from Village Connection Radio Network. Later.
Former WWF Pro Wrestling superstar, and this is Monte and the Pharaoh, the #1 ever radio podcast in the world.
Well, thank you, Billy Jack, for that those kind words.
Wow.
Huh? How about that?
That was nice.
Our friend Billy. Welcome back to Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast, only seen here at Village Connection Radio out of Rockstar Studios. This is Monte the Pharaoh, and actually probably becoming Long Island's just #1 broadcast. The ratings have come out, and it's a very exciting time for us.
Yeah.
Did you see the ratings?
I did.
How about you, Pharaoh? Were you open on?
I didn't know there were ratings.
I was surprised that you guys won the Rated R contest part of it.
That we did. Yes. Thank you.
Someone's got to fill me in.
So there's a ratings for Long Island broadcast that comes out on the
Billboard.
Today's the 13th, right?
Yeah.
The 13th of every month, and and it tells you.
Oh boy. Okay.
It tells you who the #1 shows are, and we have
very
taken
good.
the #1 spot
Right.
across the board. #1 in pro wrestling, on late night broadcasting, whatever.
I think I did see this list. What was that stinker that was at the bottom of every single one, every single subject?
I don't
There was
know.
some terrible show that was at the very bottom.
What was it called?
Fan Gavano or something like that. It was awful. It was awful. Like one view, and it was the guy hosting the show.
Oh, you know.
I didn't even know you could count your own view. Awful.
At the board is none
Just
other.
terrible.
At the board is none other than the owner of this illustrious station and co-host of Miller and the Rockstar. And
Stephen Miller, what's up?
Hey, Stevie, how are you?
What's up?
Jim Savali.
I was saying I was Stephen Miller. What the
Oh, you were trying to
were
be
Stephen
Stephen Miller. Oh, I didn't. No. Oh, I'm sorry.
Stephen Miller's
Yeah.
become a myth. Where is Stephen Miller?
I haven't
come
seen him.
back.
He's
He's
come
on
back. He'll be
vacation.
back.
It's like become a myth.
He's
No,
he's
no,
on
no.
he's on a long.
I thought he wound up on
Yes.
Mount Olympus or something. I'm confused.
Mount Olympus. And the reason we're #1 is to the right, the star of the show,
The light
Mr.
switch?
Jimmy Farrow.
Light switch in the hallway?
No.
Hello. Good evening.
All right, boys. How was before we get into some wrestling chatter? How was the week? Did we have anything exciting go on?
Go ahead, Jimbo. Lay it on us, man.
Don't start me. I
Come
don't
on, man.
normally
What'd you
have
do?
anything exciting.
Well, I'm going to start with
Nothing
something
exciting with that car?
I changed 2 cocky diapers today.
nice.
Exciting.
One was hard, one was soft.
Nice. So you had variety in your
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Let me ask you.
It's
Soft,
important.
But otherwise, Jennifer
Right.
won't be able to sleep in there.
Wait, but let me ask you this: do you look forward that when it's clean, like when I mean clean, like
We're
hard,
going into depth now.
instead of the
No, it should be soft at this age. Otherwise, it means that.
Yeah, but are you wishing it's hard? I understand what it should be, but you.
No. I'm actually wishing for a good soft.
You want a
He's
soft
wishing
one?
for bad health.
No.
So he's got it convenient,
No.
clean. What the hell's going on?
I learned the hard way that as long as you don't get it on your fingers, there's no big deal.
Did he
Yeah,
say?
just
is
don't
he,
and
is
don't
he
get 'em in your
referring-
nails.
Is he
I learned the
referring
hard
to duty finger?
You don't want duty finger, man.
Yeah, that was
Here
part of
I
the
was, I'm about
Fangavano
to have a
problem.
Peanut butter
dude.
and jelly, and
What? Oy.
that certainly turned me off of that.
Well,
jelly.
the big problem, the
What
problem
is
you
the
have with that
jelly?
is, you know, you
Like,
wash your
oh,
hands thoroughly,
oh.
and then you go pick up your PB&J, and all of a sudden, as the
come
thumb
on
gets
now.
towards the nostril, because you eat that way, you catch there's a
Dude.
whiff, you might not have got enough off your
Wow.
Then you,
You
decide,
know,
do you eat it anyway?
there goes half the
Like,
audience.
how many milliliters?
They're going right
how
to the
many
bowl.
Drops
Whoa.
of shit is on
Oh,
there.
come on now.
Oh, all right.
This is just.
Jimmy, your week,
It
how
was
was
better
your
than
week?
it was better. I didn't have two surprises today. I'll tell you that.
So what went on?
it was
Anything
better
good?
than that. Let me see. Well, Wisteria Hall has now sent another tune in to our buddy up in Canada.
Beautiful.
Mr. Clifton David Broadbridge, and this is a pretty heavy tune. We're very excited, Riding High, and it's a remake of something we did years back. Actually, it's kind of like a new twist on an old tune. So
Are you enjoying recording in the studio?
yeah, I've been liking it. It's good.
You know,
Pretty psyched.
again, I'm always impressed when someone at your level, or somebody's level anyway, they're able to
Whatever level.
create. No, creating is a pretty amazing thing, man. Being that I can't create anything,
a pain in
I'm
the
always
ass.
highly impressed.
Well, I mean, you had a child, right?
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you created something in your
I
life.
did. But I'm talking about on the artistic level. Like both of you guys like rock guys, right? You guys rock out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm always impressed by it. Are you happier with this version of the Wisteria Hall album compared to the first one?
First one was great. I like this one. I think I like this one more, even though the first one was done by Eddie Kramer. I like this one more. It's more edgy. It's a little more real. It sounds more natural, a little more heavy, if there is such a thing. I mean, we're not a heavy metal band. We're a rock band.
Right.
It's more cutting edge. I like it.
Any chance the version of Pile Driver
No.
will be put on that album that you did
No.
recently in one of our shows singing with Coco Beware?
No.
Why?
Well, first of all, you got to get permission from Vince, and you know how much that's going to cost. Second of all, we wouldn't do it. I don't think I would cover Pile Driver anyway. I like the tune a lot, though.
I thought you guys were wonderful.
Yeah, I enjoyed
And if you
it.
want to catch that clip, you could catch it on the www.monteandthepharaoh.com, or you could go to our YouTube channel and you can see our own star of the show, Jimmy Pharaoh, along with his co-partner in Wisteria Hall, Bart Griggs, playing along with Hall of Famer Coco Beware. It's a must listen
was great.
as they sing
Pile Driver.
Pile
That
Driver.
was cool. Well, that's your. I give you credit for that because you were like, you guys should play Pile Driver.
It was great.
You're out of your mind.
It's one of my favorite shows.
Yeah, we had a good
very,
time.
very
It was
enjoyable.
cool.
Coco Beware was fantastic. One
Yep.
of the great interviews,
Good guy.
right? So,
You asked me what happened this week, by the way. I
Go
don't want
ahead.
to forget. I spoke to Marty.
oh, did you? And
Yeah.
how'd that go?
Oh, it went good. Just wanted to see if he's okay.
How does that come about?
I just decided to call him.
Because of what we've been reading on
Yeah,
the
it was
on
in the paper.
on the,
I was
on
like,
the dirt
what's
sheets.
up with this? Yeah, I didn't
So
like
for
hearing
everybody that
that
may not know,
didn't like
Marty
hearing
Jannetty
that.
was on the dirt sheets, basically saying that since WrestleMania he's been snorting cocaine every day and he really needs help. And again, if you want to catch that version, me and Marty did not get along. He came to a signing here. We had
Yep.
quite the
Yep.
disagreement, and
over
then
that shit.
he wanted to come in for a second show.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I guess he had something in mind. And you know, if you want to see a giant fat guy fight a future
wrestler.
Hall of Fame pro wrestler,
You want to hear a loud pop?
again, go to www.montethepharaoh.com.
Yeah.
Also,
Marty's okay, by the way.
well,
when I spoke to him.
what did he say?
I
Did
just
you say,
asked
"Hey,
him
you
to-
okay"?
Yeah, I was like, bro, is everything okay? He was like, I'm good, bro. Everything's fine. You know, like, I don't even think he was aware that they had put something in the paper.
Oh, see, it's more.
I don't even think he was aware of it.
more
He was
bullshit.
like, really? In the post? I was like, yeah. He's like, I didn't even know. I was like, okay. He wasn't even aware of it. He sounded fine to me.
It's scary, man, when you
Worth.
can't believe anything that you read anymore, right?
I can't take it anymore. You know I can't behind the scenes.
Yeah, but
It's
bro,
annoying
you know
the
what?
shit out of
My
me.
wife, I'm not going to reveal what my
Everything's
wife
a
was
work.
telling me today, though. It's all over. It's not just about the wrestling world.
right.
It's not just about the acting world.
There's
no, but
acting
it's
going on
everywhere.
No,
Yeah.
she's right. I completely agree. You can almost turn to anybody and go, "You're a liar," and you know what? They probably are. I'm cynical, but it feels like that.
Yeah,
It
you know
really
what?
does.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Everybody's walking around with a pocket full of secrets and a fake smile. It's
Yeah.
like, stop.
When-
Stop. At
like-
least I know I'm a train wreck. Fuck off.
My whole point is, just call it like it is.
What? Yeah.
I do want to announce also on the Monte The Pharaoh website, we have exclusively signed with Tony Atlas.
Nice.
Tony Atlas will draw not draw. I forget the name of it. He'll make artwork of whatever picture you want, and it will be signed, one of a kind. So go to the Monte The Pharaoh website if you're interested. You know,
He's very talented.
hugely
He
talented.
is. Good
And there's
stuff.
a video up there. You can see what he made. He had a picture of Hogan, Brody. But it's unbelievable artwork. And you could catch that on the Monte The Pharaoh website, like I said, exclusively. I keep saying, what else did I want to cover before we started heading
I
into
don't know.
what we
What else
wanted
did you
to
want
cover?
to cover?
I don't know. I can't remember.
No.
Anyway.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
You want to talk about Goldberg and Undertaker?
Well, yeah, let's start about that.
Oh, man.
Let me hear what you had to say about Goldberg and Undertaker.
Oh, do I have to?
Sure.
I was looking forward to the match. We both were. It's a first-time thing. Yes, we knew they were older going in, but we were very pumped. It's two Hall of Famers, two legends, two kingpins of the Monday Night Wars, two major players. This was hopefully going to be good. Well, it was awful, and it really it surprised me that they were that bad. I didn't think that they would be that bad. I thought that they would be serviceable.
Can I ask a question though?
were
Like,
bad,
what made
Mike.
it so bad?
It was a botch fest, and it got cut to 7 minutes. It was supposed to be a 20-minute match. I don't know if you read that.
Yeah, sure.
By the way, that's it.
I don't think I believe that either.
Whoever designed that, by the way, if that was the truth, who the hell's designing two 50-plus-year-old guys in 110-degree
Wait a minute.
weather
So,
to go for 20
first of
minutes?
all,
That's a whole other story.
First of all, they're
bad
in
match.
it was an attract. Look, I'm not saying the match was good.
It was bad.
But you know,
Taker's face at the end enraged me. I got angry. I was like, man, and you know why I got angry? For reasons why some of the people we usually fight against, some of the independent guys, I got angry because I started thinking about Velveteen Dream, Matt Riddle, the guy who trashed Goldberg.
Which I didn't like,
afterwards.
by the
I know
way.
you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I thought about guys like that, and I'm like, why the hell are guys like that not up here on the main card, already getting the spot they deserve instead of this holding on cash grab? Because I also don't. I know you don't disapprove of Saudi. I hate that they go there. I've said it before. I can't stand it. So here's this fake WrestleMania card, and these two guys just embarrassed themselves, and I hated it. What can I say? I hated it, and that's how I felt about it. I thought it absolutely sucked, and I don't want to see either of them in the ring again. Even though I know they'll probably try to make up for it.
I would say
they should be allowed to. It's
I would say
man,
that
oh, man.
to be fair,
that was rough.
they put themselves in a bad situation. They're 50-something. Look, I'm more worried about this. They're in good shape, but they're
Sure they
50-something
are.
years old,
Yeah.
wrestling in 100-degree temperature. You don't want to see a guy take a heart attack or a stroke. It doesn't matter what kind of shape
By the
you're
way,
in.
I think
Forget
Goldberg's-
about all the botches.
I think Goldberg's taken more heat than Taker, and I don't think that's fair. I think Taker did plenty of botching too.
Well, could he be? Remember, they danced together, and was Goldberg's all right.
Goldberg's
so
jackhammer was
Larry
the
Mormon
worst.
wrote that
was the
Goldberg
worst
knocked
spot.
himself out.
He
but,
did.
Okay, fair enough.
He did.
But Goldberg's a big dude. Trying to carry that around, you're sweaty. It's 100 degrees.
With a head injury.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Look,
I give him credit for
to
trying to
me,
continue.
you know what? To me, I didn't
He
try
tried to continue.
I
give him
didn't hate
credit.
it. I didn't hate it.
I did. I was so upset for them, disappointed.
Wait a minute, hold on. I got to interrupt there. You're upset for them? They're walking away with $3 million
Here
and
comes
$2
the
million.
old Deion Sanders thing.
No,
right?
but it's like fuck
You know?
that. I'm not upset
I was
for
upset
that.
for them because I just felt like they complete. It's like Ozzy going out and singing War Pigs and hitting the wrong note and looking like an ass.
Well, that happened about 20 years ago.
No, it didn't. I actually saw them 20 years ago.
Dude,
they were awesome.
I saw
Go on.
Ozzy in the
I saw Sabbath
Coliseum.
Reunite.
I
That
saw
was
Ozzy
awesome.
in the
That was 20 years
Coliseum.
ago.
Ozzy in the Coliseum, actually, more than 20 years ago. That was a very disappointing concert for me. I thought he was terrible.
What year was this, please?
We were at the same concert. That was where Master of Puppets, right? Master of
Ozzy
Puppets
was
with.
fine. The problem is Metallica came out and destroyed the world.
I just thought Ozzy
that was the
really
problem.
bad.
It's hard to follow up an amazing, legendary performance from an up-and-coming, monstrous band. Metallica was monstrous at that point. Master of Puppets. They tore that place apart.
I'm going to overall and say the card Friday was very good. I liked it. I thought it was good. There wasn't anything bad about it. What makes it yuck?
I don't like it.
Why?
And the worst part is that they're doing it again. Vince has become so uncreative that the next pay-per-view is the same exact card minus the 2 legendary matches: Orton, Triple H, and Taker Goldberg. What a joke, Vince. I'm sorry.
what
I
card
am
is this?
extremely down. What's the
card is
name
this?
of it? I have it here someplace. When we get to it, it's coming up in a week and a half. They're lumping
talking about
another
this one
pay-per-
coming in?
Yeah, it's the same pay-per-view. They're
you
doing
got
the
the
same
women's
effing matches. You
you
got
got-
Reigns and McMahon again.
Okay.
And you got the rematch between Corbin and Rollins, and you got blah blah blah. Everything. Can I say this?
Go ahead.
You suck, Vince. This sucks right now. I can't stand my favorite company right now, and that's all there is to it. And I'm not going to hide it. I'm not going to pretend like I think they suck right now.
Wow,
And it bothers me.
That's the stomping ground. is
So
the name
what?
of it,
Usually I'm the one that's positive, and you're like, so what else can we rip?
Well,
I think
know.
it sucks
I
right
just,
now.
I got to be honest. I think, again, 2 guys at 50-something years old.
Stinks.
They gave their best.
Right.
It wasn't a
Triple
good
H
match.
versus Orton
Don't
was
do it
good.
again.
Serviceable.
Well,
That was good.
I will tell you, I'm fastly becoming a fan of Randy Orton again.
Evan just turned the show off.
Did he turn it off?
Did you have
Speaking of Evan Ginsberg has a show here every Sunday from 11 to 1 p.m. Monte The Pharaoh do want to take a retraction, Jim. If you could please make sure we save this for the record.
Retraction?
The Pharaoh mentioned that
The
Evan
Pharaoh?
Ginsberg had stock
No, the
in
Pharaoh did not. Monty did. This is
Monsanto,
unbelievable.
and I want to retract that.
Oy,
Pharaoh,
this is
Pharaoh,
unbelievable.
it's okay. You made a
Yeah,
mistake.
I saw Evan yelling at you, and
What
somehow
do you
it becomes
mean?
me. Why you get your story straight, Monty? I don't blame him. Get your story
Jim, is that
straight.
true? Was he blaming me or
Look
Pharaoh?
at Jim. Watch Jim slide him right out the back door.
Listen,
Give me a break.
so this is
God.
pretty important to me, and we,
Impotent or important?
important.
Okay.
It's Father's Day Sunday,
Yes.
so happy Father's Day, Jim. If I don't see you,
What you almost forgot to talk about.
well, no, I didn't. But I really wanted to make this little segment about
Segue.
parenting
Segue into the
and Pharaoh. Maybe
Parenting?
your father's
Well,
no
you
longer.
two can talk.
Unfortunately, your father's no longer with us. But I would really love the fans to maybe hear some stories about you and Dad in regards to your connection with pro wrestling.
Oh, boy.
Is that something you could share?
Sure. Dad's been gone for 13 years, by the way.
He was a good man.
Yeah, he was. My father got me into wrestling about the time that I started begging for a TV set. So
he got you into wrestling.
yeah, he did. He did.
Can you elaborate?
Well, he had noticed that I had been wanting to watch it because my friend had a TV set and I didn't have one yet. So, and it was on late, as you know, Saturdays at midnight on Channel 9. So I kept bothering my father. I was like, I want to watch this wrestling. It looks interesting. And he liked wrestling. He had brought up Gorgeous George to me, and he said he used to watch it a lot when he was younger. So when I got a television set, I started being able to see the Channel 9 WWF shows. And as you know, in Comac, living in the East Northwood area, we had the Comac Arena. So back in those days, that was a house show. Vince was bringing the WWF to the Comac Arena. Was it even Vince? It was his father when we started going, right? It was Senior.
Sure.
So Dad used to take me to the Comac Arena. That's where I saw Andre versus Ken Patera, Sergeant Slaughter versus Bob Backlund. He took me to the Nassau Coliseum. I saw Hogan versus Andre way before WrestleMania.
So let me ask you this question. I want to put you in that.
That was what he did for us with the magazine.
How old were you about that at that? I want you to continue on, but I want to ask you a few questions. How old were you at that time?
In the beginning of that period?
Yeah.
13.
All right, so you're 13, right?
Yeah.
Probably butterflies in your stomach, right? You're seeing these heroes of yours, yeah?
Yeah.
And if they had a shit match like Goldberg and Undertaker, would you have cared?
I got to be honest. I don't think the 13-year-old would have even noticed.
That's what
The
I'm trying.
13-year-old.
So my point to you is,
asking a
you're
50
looking. So what?
52-year-old man has
I
been
understand.
watching for 4
So
decades.
My point is,
13-year-old wouldn't have probably noticed anything.
I guess my point is that we're older,
Yeah.
and these people in Saudi Arabia, if Undertaker would have took a shit on the mat it would have been good enough
To
for
them, it was very exciting.
Right. So, there is a level of success there. Right? They enjoyed it. If people comes out of something
I am
enjoying
not saying
something,
that they're not progressing professional wrestling into the society of the Middle East. They clearly are. I'm not saying that.
but it's subject, right? Good, bad is subject for, it's open
Spin
to
it
discussion.
any way you want. I just think it sucks that they do business with those people. That's how I feel about that.
Okay. So let's get back. Let's get back to that. So he brings you to Long Island Arena, and now you're really getting involved. Did you get your TV?
Yeah.
Do you sit down with each other and watch?
Well,
wrestling?
because it was on at midnight, I wasn't even supposed to be up watching, even though I had the TV.
And he knew you were,
know.
probably.
Oh, he always knew I
Yeah.
was. So basically, he's like, just make sure your door's closed. So Mom doesn't hear the TV.
Did he enjoy going to the wrestling matches
He
with
liked
you?
it. Yeah, he did.
Did you guys talk about it afterwards? Did he tell you who his favorite was?
He wasn't all analytical about it the way I was. He saw my passion for it, though, and he liked seeing me happy. So if it made me happy, he would support it, which I really loved about my father. My father never knocked me for the things I love, which I really loved him
Even
for.
if he agreed with it or not?
My father and I thought a lot alike. I don't remember fighting too much philosophically with him. We really got along. Like, we really thought the same way. I looked up to him.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. I mean, he made...
So were there moments you ever did argue
soup
with?
out of chicken shit
Did you
in
ever
his
argue?
life. He was like an only child. His father was like, working all the time. He was a poor tailor. My father's mother was very sick for 25 years, so he used to visit his mom on his bicycle in the hospital. My father was a good guy.
By the way, he was very successful too.
He wound up being like doing tax returns with the Knickerbockers, for God's sakes. He did great. But the thing I remember the most about wrestling was when I had the magazine. Remember I had my own magazine?
Yeah, elaborate a little bit on that.
Well, back in those days, before the internet, there was just the monthly publications that would come out, and if you were lucky, you'd pick them up at your local stationery store. Like,
Jim, I want you to focus on this story because the ending of it is pretty funny.
Is
but go
it?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I don't realize that. Okay, there was the Inside Wrestling, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, The Wrestler, and I wound up picking up a copy of a magazine called The Rings Wrestling Magazine. Now, it was the sister publication of the Rings Boxing Magazine, which is still around today, I believe. The Wrestling Magazine got discontinued during the 80s. But there was a section in that magazine that allowed you to send in your own magazine if you had one, and someone would review it in the magazine and allow you a chance to get subscribers. Like they'd send you whatever you were asking for your publication. I, as like a 13 or 14-year-old, thought this was cool. So I told you I was going to make a newsletter. So I made a newsletter called WWF News. How original. I'm 13, 14,
Fine.
Whatever. I put your favorite on the first cover. I don't know if you remember. I put Sergeant
But first of all, this is before we met. You were doing this before I met.
I did this, though. No, the very first one you were around.
But
I
go
put
ahead.
Sergeant Slaughter on it. What do you mean?
You did? Whatever,
He
keep
tells me,
going.
I put his favorite wrestler on purpose on my first publication, and he's telling me,
Go
Where's
ahead.
your fucking memory?
Go ahead.
Anyway, so anyway, I got the whole thing together, and I sent it in, and they loved it. They thought it was great, and I was only asking like a quarter or something back in the day.
So, by the way,
We know what you did.
By
in
the
day.
way,
Well, let's get to what my dad did that was so
hold on.
cool.
But
before
what
we
I
get
want,
to your
I want to
punchline.
explain what was beyond like this magazine that you made. There was a lot of work involved.
Yeah.
He used to cut out pictures,
Yes.
tape the pictures, type the articles.
Yes, I used to
it
type
wasn't a
them.
computer, right?
Yeah, I used
and
to
I mean,
type it. Oh,
the
yeah.
amount of work he used to put into this newsletter
Yeah.
was pretty friggin' amazing, dude. And it wasn't like one little piece of paper.
No,
it
it
was,
was a newsletter.
probably about 8 pages long.
No, it was actually 12 to 15.
Okay, sorry.
It was a newsletter.
God
It was
forbid,
put to-
8, 12. Does it
12
really
to
matter?
15. Yeah, it matters. When it's 15 pages instead of 8, it's twice the work.
All right.
Yeah, it matters.
All right, go
What the
ahead.
hell?
Go
Hey,
ahead.
Jim, if I give you $8 instead of 15, you're going to be disappointed. You'll be disappointed, right? Where's the other 7? Yeah, you want what you worked for. You usually never get what you worked for, but that's a whole nother story. Anyway, so made the whole thing, sent it in. They loved it.
Yeah.
What I really loved is my father would take the original draft and go into work and make massive amounts of copies so I could sell them.
How many subscribers did you have at one
I
point?
can't remember.
It was up there.
I was making money. I don't know, but then you came up with
So then
the,
here comes Monte. We meet each other. I'm not into wrestling. Kind of making fun of him, actually.
You're getting your history wrong. It all started with you making fun of wrestling, but at this point, you're on board and you're involved in the match.
So I wait.
But yes, the first thing you ever did. Yeah,
Hold on.
for a guy who doesn't
Hold
smoke
on.
pot, he's insane.
I don't necessarily agree with
And by
this.
the way, here's the exact origin of the day Monty met the Pharaoh. Here it is, because
Good.
I have it down.
Good.
We're sitting on the junior high waiting area bus stop.
That I remember.
Waiting for the bus.
That I
I'm
remember.
talking to Adam effing Ginsberg about pro wrestling.
Evan's son?
No, believe it or not, no. No.
Another Ginsburg.
Another Ginsberg, believe it or
Who
not.
also
What?
has stock in
Eh? What? So, so we're
Monsanto.
talking about Sergeant Slaughter, and he comes up. He's like, "What are you goofs talking about?" That's the first time that we met.
So I want to get back to your dad,
And to
but I just
pinpoint it to you, it's the spring of 1981.
I want to
Wait, it's pinpointed. It was April 16th.
It actually was April 27th, 1981.
check it out.
If you want to know the truth, but I can't believe
So,
he was that close.
He has all these subscribers, and I think he's charging a quarter. It's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
it was-
So I tell him,
A stamp
let's
was
up
not
it.
that
Let's
even-
up it to $1, and we upped it to $1. And I say, here's the best part: they have to pay in advance. And then guess what? We ain't sending them shit.
They were paying.
Let's just keep the money.
Yeah, my father goes.
idea.
It worked well.
My father goes. He goes. I noticed that we're getting these letters. He goes, but you're not sending anything out. What's going on here? I was like, my friend Mike said it would be a brilliant idea if we kept the money. He goes, your friend Mike's going to get you in a lot of trouble.
And I think I did. A lot of people were upset with you.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
But we made good money. We went from a quarter to $1.
Yeah,
That's
then we
not
went,
bad.
and then we went and bought wrestling magazines.
Yeah, pretty stupid.
Wow, we're evil.
So let's get back to
so evil.
Let's get back to Dad.
Anyway.
Let's get back to Dad.
Well, that's basically the story as far as Dad with wrestling over the years. You know, when I was younger, and then I got away from wrestling for a little while.
right.
Got into the band scene, the music scene. You know, so. But my father was.
Did Dad
key
ever
when
see
we
you
were
play
kids.
live?
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
He made sure. The night of War Dance's CD release party, 1995, when we played the Brokerage, he was there. He got limoed in. That was awesome.
Really?
That was great. Yeah, he lost his mind. We got a standing ovation. We got several encores. Matter of fact, Jim had the guitar player from War Dance in here last week with the Heart Band. That was Tom from War Dance, Tom Cavanaugh.
You get a lot of good bands in there. By the way, I love the banner, Long Island's #1 internet radio station in thevillagemedia.com.
Done.
I like it. Did you notice that earlier?
No.
I was
Can't say
listening
I
to your
did.
story.
It's been up there for 6 months.
Probably.
Has it really?
Jeez.
All we ever
It has
noticed
not.
is that
Shut
right
up.
behind you.
It just got put up there. Anyway, so that's Dad in wrestling.
How's the TV?
What do you mean?
How's it doing? I haven't seen it lately. How's it feeling?
The TV?
Yeah,
It's
how's
good.
the TV feeling?
That's good. Why?
I missed the videos. At least.
Oh, I got to use iPad. I got to really get that rolling. My dad were wrestling. Me and my sister saw the Valiant Brothers back in the day. We thought they were girls. It was kind of funny to us. He brought us to the Long Island Arena. I remember that match was Gorilla Monsoon against I can't remember who, but I remember the Zebras.
You saw Gorilla wrestle?
Yeah, Gorilla. Because I was a big I liked gorillas. So I thought gorilla was a gorilla. So my disappointment, it was some fat guy. But he looked like a gorilla.
Gorilla was awesome. I thought he was awesome.
Then I was away from wrestling. Then I met you.
Right.
And then I went to the Long Island Arena and saw Andre Giant against Hulk Hogan.
Nice.
Sergeant Slaughter and Tony Gurria in the Cobra Clutch Challenge.
Nice.
I'm almost willing to say Backlund was on that card.
I saw Backlund.
It might have been Backlund Patera. I'm not sure. I don't think that would be right in the timing of it, but I'm
missed
not
Backlund
sure.
Slaughter. You didn't see that one at the Coleman
I
Arena?
did not see
That was
that.
great because Slaughter overshot Backlund and hit his head on the cement pole.
Really?
And blood
And just
squirted.
blood all over the
It
place.
squirted. I actually saw him hit it and it squirted. And back in those days, did they have blood capsules? What's the story?
Well,
that was pretty good.
I just remember then we used to get our shows on MSG, and I was like hot and heavy for it. And my father couldn't stand. I was so into wrestling at the
Is
point.
there too much wrestling nowadays? Because I think that there just might be. Because we used to watch 1 hour a week, love it, and then once a month, 2.5 hours, love it, the payoff at the Garden. That would be it. That doesn't sound so
the difference-
overkill compared to 5 hours a week of WWE now. 5 hours of regular TV programming. Bi-weekly pay-per-views that could be 4 to 7 hours if it's WrestleMania. Dude, this is way too much wrestling, Mike. I think it's way too much.
We're older, man.
Is that what
it's
it is?
Different. It's
we would have had the attention span when we. Apparently, they don't.
You didn't have a bad match when we were 13.
But you tell me all the time now. I just saw a match.
Yeah, because I'm 52.
It's awful.
I'm 52,
These
and I go, "What is
terrible.
this?"
But tell me about what you said the other day. You said you watched Billy Graham. You were very
So I actually
very
went to the
impressed
network
with Superstar Graham's
and
in ring.
Actually, I was thinking.
In ring.
I was thinking about Matt Mil Mascaras.
Yeah.
So there's a Bob Backlund book, his
Adam
autobiography.
Ginsberg's favorite.
By the way, Bob Backlund has a book. I recommend it for anyone to read.
Okay.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
But he does really shoot hard on Mascaras, talking about how Mascaras never put anyone over, no matter what the situation. So I was like, let me catch a Mascaras match. And I actually have an autographed photo of Mil Mascaras and Superstar Billy Graham in my man cave. Both
Mil
signed
Mascaras for Superstar Graham at the Garden?
At the Garden. By
By the way, their two physiques hold up over the years. You look back at those two guys.
Well, it's amazing how Mil Mascaras is dwarfed by Superstar Billy Graham. And at some point in the match, Mascaras goes out to get someone to help him in his corner. And who does he get? Bob Backlund.
Interesting.
Bob Backlund dwarfs, well, it doesn't dwarf, but is much bigger than Mil Mascaras.
Interesting.
But I will tell you, I always hear about...
Mascaras was in great shape.
It was in great shape, but he was not in Backlund shape.
Well, Bob Backlund was the ultimate athlete.
And he wasn't in Superstar Billy Graham shape. But the thing is,
he was a
that,
statue.
I joined into wrestling way after Graham was kind of. I saw him when we would tell the story when he came back, and I was like, "This is the guy you're talking about."
Graham was the first guy that
guy
I actually was aware of from that kid that had the TV set.
Yeah.
I saw Graham when I slept over as little kids having sleep. I saw Graham. I was like, "Oh my god, this guy's
so anyway,
interesting."
long story short is Billy Graham was at least in that match he was friggin' incredible. I remember,
boy, could he stir the crowd,
dude. By the way,
oh my god,
I went and saw him in his karate gi against Backlund.
I felt so let down.
And that was
I had
not
built you
a
up.
good
I
match.
thought we were getting Billy Graham from 1977,
No.
78.
And he
The
really
1982, 83,
he had
84.
he
Graham
had
was
that
like,
black
wow.
mustache.
Yeah,
I
it was
just didn't get it.
terrible.
So let's go back. I want to talk about Randy Orton a little bit, right? So I've got a new love for Randy Orton. We discussed it. You agree, right? So I decided to look up championships because I'm like, how close is Orton? Because we were talking
he's
about
right there.
We were talking about
he's right there.
Charlotte,
Yes.
like beating her
She's got
father after
9
16.
already. Right.
So anyway, I want to give everybody the list, and if anyone
Sure.
doesn't know it, Flair, 16 times champion, number
Champ.
one.
Right.
8 NWA,
Right.
6 WCW,
Interesting.
2 WWE.
Interesting.
Cena is at number 2,
Okay.
16,
Also at 16.
13 WWE,
Wow.
3 World Heavyweights.
Interesting.
Triple
Following.
H,
Not surprised.
14,
14 times.
9 WWE,
Right.
World
5
Heavyweight titles.
5 World Heavyweight.
And
I
5
see
World,
that.
thank you for correcting me.
No. You got
Randy Orton,
it. Yep.
13.
He's 4th on the all-time list.
All-time
as far
list,
as-
9 WWE, 4 World Championship.
Nice.
And then our favorite, Hulk Hogan.
Right. 12 times, 6 with the WWE, 6 with WCW.
Yeah. So, does Orton have a chance to break that record? It's 3 away. Would they do it?
No. Randy Orton will not break that record. I don't think Randy Orton will even tie that record. You think Randy Orton's even going to be world champion again? Maybe once.
Maybe they should.
I don't see them. Maybe one more time, but I don't think they should really count on continuing to go to Randy year after year. It's been long enough.
So, were you
it's
rooting for Cena to break Flair's record?
No, absolutely not. And as weird as it sounds, when Jon Stewart stopped him, was it Jon Stewart a couple of years? I was like, oh, thank you, John. Yeah, no, I didn't even want him tying Flair, to be very honest. I didn't even want him to tie Flair.
Well,
But
now
that's
you got
me.
it, right? Cena's retiring.
Is he really, though?
Yeah, well,
How old is he?
what is
now? What
retirement?
he, 42?
He's up there. He's doing the Fast and the Furious now.
Right.
Why would you wrestle?
Is that
again?
really going to be his last appearance as the...
Dude, they'll always be back.
But
the funny thing
heel
about
Cena
Cena to me is Cena's not like that attraction that comes back. Do you know what I mean? Hogan comes back, NWO comes back.
Cena's been kind of used on and off.
But does it thrill you like,
I got to be honest. The way the program has been over the last couple of years, when I see John Cena, I'm usually actually grateful at this point because the program's better if he's on it. I just can't take the writing anymore. I really can't. I'm so pissed off. I feel so down right now.
Don't you feel
about
at some point you're always looking for the bad?
No, I'm not. And I'm not. You know me. You know I'm not. Come on, you know how positive I am towards wrestling.
Okay.
I can't find a nugget anywhere. This is okay. Here's my nuggets. I like the 24/7 title.
Good.
I think that's cool.
How about Firefly Funhouse?
I love it, but it's 3 minutes out of a 3-hour show. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep that in check.
Yep.
You know, I like Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins does not have Shawn Michaels pizzazz.
Seth Rollins is not.
You
I told you.
understand what
I
I'm
said this a
saying,
month
right?
ago.
In the ring, he's got
not
that
a
kind
world
of ability.
heavyweight champion, dude.
I think
he's not
is,
the
but
guy.
I don't think he's got enough pizzazz to carry the company. If that's what you're saying,
That's your world heavyweight champ.
You know who does? The guy who put down Goldberg. He's got enough pizzazz to carry the company. That's right. I said it. Matt Riddle has more in his little finger as far as flamboyancy, and I'm sure you could tell. Okay? This kid's great. And the same thing with Velveteen Dream. And oddly enough, the two of them were on opposite sides of the spectrum this week critically. I don't know if you heard about that.
Go ahead.
Velveteen Dream was defending Vince McMahon, saying that it's on the performers to be exciting, to do something with the material they're given.
Right.
His critics were saying he's smooching Vince's ass. You know, so there's the negative on that. As far as Matt Riddle was like, Goldberg, you are the worst wrestler ever, and you proved it again. Was that a knee bar I just saw, bro? Really? Now, Matt Riddle has a right to say that, though, because if you ever seen him put knee bars on, they're on in a split second. He's got the precision of Bret Hart, you know, in the ring. He is a technician, so...
I thought it was uncalled for, dude.
I understand. I thought it was disrespectful.
There's not going to be.
I
He's
did
not
think
going to
it
be
was
a fight between the
disrespectful, but I
two.
also somewhat considered the source. At least this is a guy who truly can wrestle. It wasn't someone who can't wrestle at all running his mouth, you know. And if he was looking for attention, bang, there you go. He got it, you know. So,
I know you're very upset.
but what?
Ramblin' Rabbit was murdered.
Oh my God! They
this
killed
week.
my favorite performer in the entire WWE, Ramblin' Rabbit. Yo, bro. By the way, Ramblin' Rabbit may appear on Yo, Bro.
He might
I'm
appear on
hearing
Yo Bro.
this.
He
I'm
may be
hearing
appearing
this.
on Yo.
Yo, Bro may quite possibly turn out to be the greatest show ever.
We
That's
need
a whole nother
we
story.
need to sell some of that Ramblin' Rabbit jam.
Oh, dude.
So anyway, the good part is R-Truth with his 24/7 championship will be on a Firefly Funhouse. What are the odds of Ramblin' Rabbit or one of the puppets pinning?
I love your idea that Rambling Rabbits, you know, whatever's left of his remains winds up pinning and winning the belt. And Rambling Rabbit's the new 24/7
How
champ.
great would that be?
I think it's great. I think it's completely insane, completely demented. And for a guy who always says, I'm high as a kite, I can see the string on your ass flying over Central Park right now.
How
'Cause you
fun-
are as high as a kite
how
to come up
fun-
with that
how
one.
fun
It's
would that
great.
be?
I think it's great.
I don't care who. Maybe Sister
You know?
Abigail wins it.
Right. Evan will probably sue them for hitting the all-time dumb mark, but I wouldn't blame him either if he did that. It's hilarious.
It is.
Rambling Rabbit, the 24/7 champ. We could hide him in a toy aisle. They'll never find him.
They'll never find
They'll
him.
never find him. We'll put him behind the...
Or
you know.
Sister Abigail. And let me ask you this: we talked about Sister Abigail. Everybody's worried about Sasha Banks, right? She's leaving.
She's not Sister Abigail.
The rumors out that Sasha's in full control of what's going on at WWE and how they're communicating.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
See, this is what people don't
Who
get.
the hell knows?
They're doing all this bullshit on a WWE Twitter.
Right.
So if
I
you
know.
don't think the WWE doesn't know what they're
Of
writing,
course.
so it's like, do you think if she was really writing shit that bothered them, they would curtail her?
Dude, by the way, I have to ask you this because you're much more mod than I am with the internet nonsense.
MOD, Mod Squad.
You know, does it do anything for you when one wrestler insults another on Twitter and then they mention it on Raw? I'm like,
Nah, it doesn't do it for me at
come
all.
on, man, this is feuding nowadays.
Yeah, but dude, they're not playing to they're not
it's
playing to the
so sad,
35-year-old.
though. Yeah,
Well,
but how can
they're not
they
playing to
hate-
the 40-year-olds and the 50-year-olds.
We're
even
their
though-
market. You know we are.
But that's not what they're looking
Idiots.
to build their market.
Shit, they better-
And social media is the way to go. I don't like the fact you could fight on Twitter, but don't be on Instagram eating donuts together. That's stupid. It's like, I hate you. Oh, let's have donuts.
We're really glad you two are friends, but this is the bullshit that never ever ends.
Very good.
Thank you.
That's good. Did you plan that, or you just made that
it
right
just
out of your head?
comes flying out like diarrhea.
That's why the guy's the star of the show, dude.
There you go.
I can't come up with that shit. That's good stuff.
I guess so.
But
It was good acid back in the 80s.
the WWE. Do you enjoy the WWE network? So you don't like the
I love the
programming.
network. I do.
So could you ever?
It's
if,
worth the
if
money.
They upped it to $20.
I
would you
recommend
get it?
people get it. No, because it's worth
At
it.
$20
now.
you wouldn't get it?
No. This is a steal. And the way this is how I see things. The way Vince's current product is, it's so effing bad. This is a steal. There has to be a steal if you're offering me a big pile of poo on the other side of the table. You got to give me something, So if he ups it to $20, doubles it, screw you. I'll watch on YouTube. I'll punch in Mike Monty versus Jimmy Pharaoh at Hawley Avenue School, 1982. Actually, we were on the same side.
Funny?
I was throwing you foreign objects.
The one thing that I do...
Remember that? Remember those matches?
Yes, of course. I remember, though, the one thing we talk about the network is you never watch the documentaries.
I'm not... Okay.
You always watch the matches.
You know what?
Dude,
this
there's
is
so
why
much good programming. Table for three you don't watch.
This is why this show works. Because you're into certain aspects of wrestling that I'm not, and I'm into others. I love to go back and just watch a million old matches. That's I'm not as big into the interviews. That's why, by the way, that's why I enjoy doing interviews when they come in, because it is fresh for me. I haven't sat there and watched every last interview from this guy, that guy, the other guy. You know, it's fresh for me. I have no idea how they're going to be. I didn't sit there and watch them. There are a million other interviews. I want it to be fresh. I want to have that enthusiasm and excitement when I'm with the guy for the first time. So we're very different, you know. But I get it.
Do you think Jim Phillips from the gorilla position, he likes to watch those wrestling matches like you do?
Jim's
But do you think he touches himself while he's watching?
You are, by the way, what was with those voice things?
How good was that?
Dude, I got to admit, I
you.
was laughing pretty hard.
Thank you very much.
And I was laughing at Jim's responses too. He's like, "You sick bastard." I thought it was really funny. I was like, "Oh my god."
If anyone doesn't know, Jim Phillips writes for the gorilla position.
He does.
He's a friend of ours.
Writes real well.
And you know, he's always talking about how much he loves wrestling and stuff.
He
and
does.
I sent him some voicemails
You're always
yesterday.
killing him. You're too much. Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, Iconics rule.
Oh, absolutely. I made sure to put that in the draft. I love the Iconics. I've always loved the Iconics.
So why is everybody Isn't that a great gimmick that they don't defend the titles against anybody that's any good?
There's certain...
It's like everybody's got to argue about... That is a great shtick.
I find their level of irritation to be fantastic.
Yes.
I think that that's exactly what a heel should do. They should annoy the piss out of you. They should make you want to reach through the screen and choke them. They should make the viewer think that they suck. So after further review, just put the belt on Baron Corbin too already. Mm-hmm. Let him be champion and torture people truly.
I love
truly
it.
torture
I
people.
love it.
Because this nonsense in between with him has never helped him at all. What's helped him is the fact that he's genuinely hated. Work with the fact that he's genuinely hated. Put the belt on him and watch him piss off everybody. Is it going to kill the ratings any worse? No. Because eventually someone's going to come and take it from him and the place is going to have a new hero.
That's
whoever
right.
it is.
And that could be their
and
next
don't make
superstar.
it Seth Rollins.
That's
Make
right.
it Velveteen Dream. Make it Matt Riddle. Give me someone who's fresh, who actually has an upside that hasn't been fucked with. Pardon my French.
I agree.
I got one F word in
I think it's a
today.
great
I'm trying.
idea. And I say,
Trying Bill Pierce. I'm trying.
Keep the belt on the Iconics as long as you can. Keep the belt.
I love that.
Give the belts to
Hilarious.
Corbin. We're totally aligned on this.
Yes.
And get enough
Improve
hatred.
the scripts, though. Not just give the belt to Corbin.
There's so
Improve
much
the
shit you can do with these
scripts.
guys.
You could. You could concentrate on how annoying he is. You really could. And give him a real feud. Give him someone that they really want to see take the title from him. Someone who hasn't been given the push that deserves it. You know? Don't give me what we've seen already. You know? Don't give me John Moxley. Don't! Did I say John Moxley?
It's too funny.
John Moxley. Taking spots from guys in New Japan. Nobody says a word.
Heyman and Lesnar?
What about Heyman and Lesnar? Heyman came out and basically said that Brock is no longer going to let us know when he decides to cash in his Money in the Bank.
Which is
you know
good.
what that means? That means that he's now going to treat the Money in the Bank briefcase the same way he treated the Universal title.
Yep.
And we'll see him in a month or two. Oh, it's great. People are going to be so... I think it is. People are going to be so annoyed that he's doing
But you know,
this.
that's if they do give the strap to Corbin, that's the
Yes.
guy you don't want to come out and beat Corbin.
Right.
Like I want it to be a Riddle or Velveteen Dream.
Mm-hmm.
How great would that be at a Royal Rumble or something like that?
I want that.
Dream
I
comes
want
out. You know what I mean?
someone.
Something.
When was the last time someone came? Whatever happened to the old days when somebody was a stud coming up, and they actually pulled the trigger, like Warrior? You knew that he was a rocket ascending. You knew it.
You know what's funny?
They pulled the trigger.
As
Macho Man when Macho Man came up.
as
You knew
we-
he was a
as
rocket
we were
ascending.
talking
They
about
pulled
the
trigger.
Iconics,
Why
we-
not?
As we were talking about the Iconics, I started thinking about the old days.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I remember a storyline where pretty sure that it might have been Adonis and Murdoch that they didn't want to defend the titles, and they were forcing. It could have been the Wild Samoans to keep wrestling somebody until they got it, and then they finally had a non-title match, and they beat them, and everybody's white hot for the Samoans.
Right.
And then Murdoch and Adonis beat them. That's what they need to do with the Iconics, right? I don't know, that Chinese team that Paige's
Right. I got you.
You know, build them up, make them try to fight their way through,
Right.
and then keep the strap around the Iconics. You got to build some kind of. You got to get. There's more investment in the chase than winning the title. That's one thing.
Well, the
I've
chase
learned.
has to be interesting, and that's their biggest problem. They just flip-flop belts without any storylines.
Look,
Who cares?
Becky was hot for the chase.
Oy.
Now she's useless.
That's pretty funny.
You agree?
Get that belt on Alexa.
Yeah.
You know, get that belt on someone who's more interesting 24/7.
Get the belt on Lacey. Get the belt on Alexa.
Lacey, right?
Right.
Lacey beat Bailey this week, didn't she?
She did.
Did I see that right? Lacey's awesome.
No.
Somebody beat Bailey.
No.
Who beat Bailey?
No, Lacey did. You're right.
Yeah, I thought
Lacey
Lacey
did. Yeah.
beat Bailey.
That's right. It was Alexa and
Yeah.
Lacey against Becky and
Lacey and Becky gonna go at it soon or what? Someone's got to take that belt off Becky. Someone's got to take that belt off Bailey.
I don't know, but we're running out of time.
All right.
Revival wins the tag belts over Ryder and Hawkins.
Yeah. What happened to those Viking guys?
Who knows?
What's the story with that? They just disappeared? Who knows? Oh, who cares? Okay. Unbelievable. What about Shane McMahon beating Roman Reigns? Did you like that? Shane McMahon's beating everybody.
Totally kind of into Shane.
Shane McMahon pins Jim Savali.
What's wrong with
Shane McMahon's beating everybody.
What's wrong with a little
going on here?
nepotism?
Jimbo hits him with the cane. Doesn't matter.
What's wrong with a little
Shane
nepotism?
wins anyway. What's wrong with a little?
Yeah.
You know what? Apparently nothing, because AEW does the same exact thing. Cody and the Young Bucks get together and say, "Guess what? We're winning tonight." Oh, we run this place. So I really don't know anymore.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you a few questions.
Yeah.
Jerry Jarrett,
Yeah.
nepotism.
Sure.
Vern Gagne,
What about Watts with his kid?
nepotism. Watts and Eric Watts.
What about Flair's kid?
Yeah. How
And I
about
don't
Fritz
mean
von
Charlotte.
Erich?
Oh.
Nepotism.
Yeah, well, in his case, at least he had a whole family full of talented kids.
Yeah, but
Jeez.
dude, this is the industry of nepotism. I don't even
Yeah, it
understand.
totally is. It completely is.
It doesn't bother me. And Shane's entertaining. He makes me laugh.
Shane is entertaining. Shane is not as good as he was when he was younger, when he was a heel, though. I was watching old heel Shane from the Attitude Era.
Right.
It's not even close. You know, I don't know. I think he's a little more reserved now. But, by the way, as far as punches go, come on, grade Shane McMahon's punches.
It's not good.
Come on. Really? Those... What the hell is that?
Because I think it's sticky. You know, it's
Sticky?
It's sticky.
Yeah, it's sticky. All right.
I don't know. How'd the Cobra work for you?
The Cobra.
How about the chop to the head that used to knock people out?
If you don't watch it, I'm going to do a kipper with my hands in my pockets.
But that's what I'm trying. Dude,
Orange Cassidy,
that's
bro.
you know,
He's
you
got-
can
he's
talk
the-
whatever
he's
you
the
want. That's
best.
the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. Come on, dude. Come on.
Joey Ryan.
Joey Ryan against Orange Cassidy. I couldn't believe
Come
what
on,
I was
man.
watching, bro.
It's a technical exhibition.
And why is that okay?
It's actually not. It's very hypocritical of the indie marks
Yeah,
that
that's
go
what I'm saying.
absolutely berserk.
It's like
For two guys who could never even have a 3-star match, you know what I mean?
It's
not
terrible.
with that approach. They can't. You
It's
know,
terrible.
they'd actually have to wrestle. You know, I don't know, man. It's so weird.
I don't think you know what I think wrestling's about to turn.
Really?
I do.
Why? Because I think it's a steaming pile of shit.
No, I
now?
have this.
He's too much. If I say potato, he says potato. Now all of a sudden, wrestling has
Got to keep it edgy.
For like a year and a half, he was like, wrestling sucks. I'm like, leave it alone. Wrestling sucks. Leave it alone. Now I'm like, wrestling blows. He's like, it's about to turn.
I'll tell you why. Alexa's going to win the belt. Corbin's going to win the belt.
That's Corbin winning the belt's not going to turn it. Alexa might help a little bit with the ratings, maybe a little bit. You know, and by the way, somebody, and Jim Phillips, this is for you too. Somebody in the gorilla position, Mikey, is high as a kite, because I saw this article today.
Yeah.
Then again, it might have been gorilla position sharing a Bleacher Report article, to tell you the truth, but that Kofi's been an excellent champion so far. What the hell? What are you looking at? What kind of reign has this been? He hasn't main evented any pay-per-view. He's been a secondary match, and he beat KO and Ziggler. How is this? And I knew they were being served up, by the way.
If you were a reporter,
Served up.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you're trying to get in the end,
If I was a reporter,
trying to get in.
I would be charging $1 for my articles and not sending them out.
No, but no.
And then we could buy magazines.
So real quick,
What?
if you're a reporter and you want to get in,
Yeah.
do you do it by telling the truth, no matter how it may affect your career, or do you give people what they want?
If I'm flying completely solo and I'm not collaborating with my conspirers and I'm just doing my own thing, I would probably just do my own thing and I would fly it the way I want. And I wouldn't...
I try to be as honest as you can, right?
I would try.
Jim,
Let's
as a
see.
businessman, do you feel that sometimes you have to curtail
Jim, do
how
you have
you
to cut
feel?
corners and be a, shyster?
No.
See, there you go.
You just stay with your beliefs,
Yeah.
no matter if
Gotta.
it costs you
Don't
money.
we all, though?
Yeah, you know.
Not
Whatever
everybody
your beliefs
does.
are.
I
You
don't
stay
know.
with your beliefs.
That's me though. That's like I don't think I feel that if you're not completely honest with people, see, you could hate me, but at least you know what you're gonna get with me, no matter what.
I thought you were more like the unpredictable Johnny Rods.
No, what I'm trying to say is that if you don't tell people how you feel, even though sometimes it's hurtful, you could be more tactful. I'm not very tactful.
I'm famous for not being
Right,
tactful.
which is a problem,
Yeah,
right?
Oh, absolutely.
For both of us.
Defend the whole world.
Jim,
Absolutely.
you have more tact than we do. I must
think
say.
he does. No, I do.
No,
I
you
think-
do. You're pretty
I
tactful.
believe you do. I think he does.
Your approach is the best way to approach it, right?
I'm awful.
Did I tell you that tonight's your last fucking night? Get the fuck out.
Oh, it is. We're out of here. We got 3 minutes now, dude.
Here I was, thinking everything was
Tactful.
okay.
Could you imagine this
And
was
now
the
I
last
have
show?
to get the fuck out. This is a bummer.
Life sucks, dude.
Now I don't know what to do now.
But look, dude. I'm more worried that it's 60 degrees outside.
That's a little strange.
I'm
Farrell
starting to
feels
believe
like
that
shit 'cause
maybe
of
there
that.
is no such thing as global warming.
What? What is global warming? What is that?
What?
What the fuck is global
You
warming?
didn't just say
anyway?
that, did you?
What is global warming?
Man, you're brilliant at wrestling, but sometimes...
I'm more brilliant in other areas. You're right. What is global warming?
Jim, you
What
want to
is
explain
it?
global
Somebody
warming?
tell me what it is.
I'm gonna sit this.
Are you serious?
Oh,
I don't even know
Jim,
what it is.
Jim doesn't believe in global warming.
Do you?
So yes.
Do you believe in
Yeah.
global warming?
Do I believe in
Do you
global
believe
warming?
in
I
whatever
just
it is?
said I'm starting to not believe in global
You're starting to
warming.
not believe in global.
Do I believe in global warming? Yes.
What does that even mean?
Well, there's
what is it? We're running our cars too much. What's the
Pollution,
story?
right? So what happens is all these gases
right.
get stuck in the atmosphere. Do not allow the sun to come through.
So what happens to
and it
us?
well,
We
not allow
mute-
the sun,
we
but it
mutate or
traps the
something?
heat.
What's gonna
no,
happen?
what happens is that eventually it gets too hot and we're going to die. Animals can't.
We're gonna
Look, you can't-
we're gonna bring on a heat age. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's already been happening, bro. The
has?
polar ice caps are melting quickly. Did you ever see the poor polar bear sitting?
We got like 4 more good years.
what is going on here?
You think it's at 4, really?
We got like 4 more good years.
You think 4?
Yeah, AOC says so.
So we're gonna do the opposite of the dinosaurs who froze to death. We're gonna melt ourselves to death.
Before we end the show, I just want to say
that the
this.
theory?
Our generation has it the best.
interesting.
You know why?
Why?
We had it before the computer age.
We had MTV.
We're in a yeah.
We had Ronald
MTV.
Reagan.
You had Ronald
We had
Reagan.
Reagan.
But guess what? We'll all be dead before all this shit. Before all this shit hits the fucking fan.
will?
Oh yeah, we'll be dead before the real global warming starts, and the fucking planet starts to
All
melt.
right,
We'll
yeah.
be gone.
Will we be gone before World War III?
They might come at the same time. When people start starving and stuff.
That's right.
It gets hotter and hotter. People get desperate.
So people live longer. The world is shrunk, right? Back in the day, Iran could have been on Pluto. Now it's as close as being your neighbor. And here's the other secret to it all. Everybody's like, oh, what the fuck does the fat guy who talks wrestling know about Monsanto? I don't want to stand on Monsanto
here we go
kick.
with this Monsanto thing again.
You can't plant vegetables anymore without their help. And you see what Jim's talking about, people starving?
Yeah.
People will starve
Nice.
if you can't afford these seeds.
Oh, that's nice.
And when people are desperate, what happens? Like
I
you
saw
said.
something, a very Clockwork Orange the other day. I saw that they're going to now put medication into people who are rapists, and they won't be able to even get an erection.
Nice.
They're basically giving them the Clockwork Orange thing.
All right, one last thing.
It's pretty wild.
Did you see my post about the hunter who killed a giraffe?
Yes, I did.
Feelings, guys?
Piece of shit.
Why do you think he's a piece of shit? Or she's a piece of shit,
What
by the way.
fuck are you shooting a giraffe for? What's the purpose? What is the purpose?
Well, people
You feel good about yourself?
No, people
Shoot
responded.
yourself.
People responded that Africa relies on the hunt,
Oh,
and that people rely on the food.
Get the
Listen, I agree with
outta
you.
here. Go kill a hippo.
If you went into the San Diego Zoo and killed a giraffe, I would be like, you're fucked up. But this is out in the wild. This is what they do in that country. You know, this is what they do.
No, not some white American doesn't go in that country. You want to tell me Africans are killing a giraffe? Okay.
Look.
Well, I mean, it's like, if it's law for one, isn't it law for everyone?
Jim,
You know
I got to
what?
disagree with you on this one.
I'm not agreeing. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just.
This is
This is what I'm saying to you. If you're going to kill an animal for food,
You better eat it.
If you're going to kill an animal for food,
You should eat it.
pick something that's overpopulated. Now, I don't even believe in that. At some, you know what? Everybody talks about racism, sexism, ageism. How about speciesism already, man?
Nah, nobody's gonna ever talk about it.
But why? Are we higher than a dog because we're more intelligent? Do we have a right to kill a dog?
We even treat certain backgrounds of human beings with the same indifference you're speaking of. So we'll get around to animals after we
Do you
figure
believe
out how to
animals are a
treat each
lower
other
form
better.
of life form?
No way. No way. Animals rule.
I mean, I dare someone to go look in an animal's
Love
eyes as the
animals.
lights go out.
Oh,
And what kind of
been
feeling
there.
comes out of it? You've been there, right?
Sure. I've had a million pets. I love animals. Dogs, cats, tarantulas, snakes, fish, you name it. I love animals. I love animals. I have no idea what someone would pump
about
a
ferrets?
bullet.
You like ferrets?
Yeah, ferrets are cool, man.
You like ferrets?
I like possums. What the frig? They're cool. Possums are cool, bro, man. They're harmless. I mean, you don't want them coming up and biting you, but they're
Jim
harmless.
has drawn a lot of possums, and
You
with
don't like
that,
raccoons? Jim, what about raccoons?
I like coons.
Coons are cool. Oh, this guy! I walked him right through the door. He went right through that door. I love it. What?
wow.
Nothing.
With that,
Nothing. We'll leave it. Yeah, we'll leave it.
with that, you
that note-
you gotta leave it at that note because that one was rough.
Way to go there, Jim.
You want to send us
my
out,
God.
Pharaoh?
Yeah, you've been watching Monte and the Pharaoh until next week when Jim drops another one-ton joke.
And he loses 18 shows.
Oh my God!
Way to go,
I'll see
Somali.
you later. Later.